Would you kill for me?
Gladly I'd die for you too. Would you miss me?
Don't know how badly.
That's nice, then you love.
Yes, I love.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. And
forever
forever.
and forever, for the rest of my days,
For the rest of my nights and forever.
and ever again.
It's not too bad.
Better not be for $135 a night. You can't do that at this point. They signed a contract. What? Of course they signed... Come on, we've already made adjustments 5 times. We can't. No! Rob! Rob, we can't let the client jerk us around like this. We had a deal. I believe this is a non-smoking cottage.
I opened a window.
Remember Joe Rothstein? Insurance guy? Says companies are changing their actuarial tables to reflect the shortened life expectancy of women. Care to guess the reason?
Obnoxious husbands?
Nothing like getting away from it all, eh?
You're so right. So, where do you think we should, do it?
I thought there'd be a kitchen table or something. What about right here? Ready?
In a minute. I'm ready.
I've lost the mood. You can't expect me to jump up when you finally get around to it.
I had a few things to finish.
You know, your Dr. Josephine talked about this. It's your control thing.
My control thing? I believe she was talking about your control thing. The book talks about this,
The book.
Men hunt and women nest. That's why you always flip the channels and I always check the TV guide.
You don't always check it. Remember that time I found you sleeping during the surgery show? Some guy's on TV having freaking open heart surgery in living color and you're sound asleep on the couch.
It was interesting.
You don't even change it when the show ends. You just watch whatever comes on.
That's not true. I plan. That's what's wrong with you. You never plan.
I'm an architect, for crying out loud.
Now, the first thing we must do is separate our yolks
Hey.
from our whites.
Hey yourself.
What did you do?
This is a new model for parents. It has a lock function.
I'm ready now.
Just a minute.
Well?
Just a minute. I don't have this recipe. All right, but I could have learned how to make souffle.
Never make souffle.
I don't know how. If I watched the show, then maybe I would make it.
You don't cook.
I can cook. My mother's a great cook. I have cooking genes.
What are you doing?
I'm sorting the cards.
You're not allowed to do that. It's supposed to be random.
But there are things I want to talk about.
You can't talk about what you want to talk about. You have to talk about what comes up.
Well, that's stupid.
It's the way it works.
Well, then we'll change it.
We're paying your psychiatrist $150 an hour to tell us how to fix our relationship, and you want to change the rules. Why don't we just throw the money out the
literal.
window?
That's another thing the book says. Men are literal. Women, on the other hand, see the big picture. I just know my way is better.
There's no point if we don't follow the rules.
Lighten up, George. Here, you go first.
There's this thing you have to do to
what
choose
thing?
first. You turn over the cards on your pile until you hit a black one.
I'm not showing you my cards.
They just go to the
I
bottom
don't
of the
care,
deck.
George. I'm not showing you my
Martha.
cards. You think I was breaking a law or something. It's just a game.
I just don't see the
All
point.
right, just... Let's just go here. Manners. Okay, so what do we do next?
Now I talk about whatever it says on the card,
Okay, go.
without interruption.
What about the clock?
Clock. I start the clock going on my side, and then I talk as long as I want.
Oh, give that up. Wait, let me see.
I talk about the topic for as long as I want, and then you start.
About another topic?
About the first topic on your pile. At random, whoever has time at the end gets to finish up. That way we both have equal time.
What if I want to talk about your manners?
It's not your card.
You know what I think? I think a man made up this game.
What?
It's obvious.
What if I said it was obvious a woman made it up? You'd call me sexist.
It's a white man's world, George. Get used to it.
Rules are rules.
Have it your way.
Manners.
You didn't say anything.
I didn't have anything to say. There's nothing wrong with your manners.
Well, you could have said that.
What?
You like my manners.
I didn't say that.
You just finished
I
saying.
said there's nothing wrong with them. It doesn't mean I like them.
I have great manners.
All right.
Impeccable manners.
I'm sure you do.
Then why didn't you say so?
I didn't think it was worth mentioning.
It's not just bad stuff you can say, you know.
I know that.
I'm sure you're allowed to say good stuff, too. I'm sure that's in the rules.
didn't read them that
You didn't
carefully.
read them that... Oh, you're unbelievable.
Let's move on.
Mr. Rulebook.
Martha.
A rule is a rule. You gotta do it exactly how it's written or not at all. What's the point?
I think I'm getting a stomach ache.
You feel sick.
It's just gas.
Maybe you should go to the washroom.
I don't need you to tell me when to go to the washroom.
All right.
I'm going to the washroom.
Annoying habits, fidelity, personal hygiene, trust. Ooh, romance. That's sweet. Come away with me. I know an island where the air is clear, the water cool as glass, and the sun never sets. Sounds tempting.
What was that?
Sneak up on me like that.
I wasn't sneaking up. I'm talking to your boyfriend.
Oh, stop it.
I know all about those things. Some pimply-faced lonely heart's probably sitting in a basement somewhere pretending to be Tom Cruise.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're like one of those people that want to ban books before you've even read them.
All I'm saying is you have to be careful. I hope you don't use your real name.
Of course not. I have a handle.
It's your turn.
My turn? I thought... Sex.
Your first card is sex.
I have been feeling for a while now that sex between us is not all it could be.
You don't say.
It's my turn to talk.
Is that what this is all about? All this money, all these games? You just want to talk about sex?
Of course not.
If you want to talk about sex, we'll talk about sex. We don't need a bloody stupid game to do it.
You always do this.
What? What is what I always
You're
do?
getting angry. Whenever I want us to talk about sex, you get angry.
I'm not angry because you want to talk about sex. I'm angry because we had to pay thousands of dollars to some overfed quack and go back and forth through a high-class office and play silly little games just so you could finally get around to it.
I've tried to talk about it.
When exactly?
Dozens of times.
Refresh my memory.
Like when we got back from our trip
What trip?
to the Dakotas. We were supposed to be on this romantic holiday, just the two of us, to establish intimacy again, and...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Establish intimacy?
Yes.
Don't tell me that whole trip to the Dakotas was your shrink's idea.
No, not exactly.
My whole
She only
life's being run by remote control.
Oh, now who's
she sits there in her
exaggerating?
office with her little flicker, and if she doesn't like what she sees, she changes the channel. She doesn't know what she's doing.
My shrink, as you call her, graduated from 2 universities.
When not good enough.
She has her MD and her PhD. She taught at UCLA, U of BC, NYU, and is a fellow of the AMA.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I got a gal in Kalamazoo.
You don't take her seriously because she's a woman.
You sure? She looks like a poster girl for the East German Olympic team.
Now that's both sexist and racist.
Suppose you're gonna blame the invention of steroids on me now.
George, this is serious.
You want serious? Alright, I'll give you serious. What about the fact that every night when we go to bed, you bring a big fat book with you?
Well, reading relaxes me.
Or the fact that when you finally finish, you lay it down and are out like a light in 10 seconds.
I'm a fast sleeper. I've always been a fast
What about the fact we haven't done it in 3 months?
It hasn't been that long.
Yeah,
You don't remember the exact date.
It was my birthday. Happy birthday.
Well, whose fault is that?
You're not seriously saying it's
No,
mine.
it certainly isn't mine. You haven't so much as touched me.
I've been on boycott.
What?
I got tired of being the one who always initiates things. I wanted to know you want it.
Of course I want it. I'm not dead.
Well, then why do you never...
Because I thought you didn't want me.
Well, this is awkward. What do we do now?
I don't know. This wasn't in the book.
I suppose we should... You coming?
And I miss you, you don't know how badly I would, for I love, yes I love, you can see that I do. And forever, for the rest of my days, for the rest of my nights, and forever, and ever, and ever, and ever, I love you, and love you, and love you, and love you, and love you.
Well, that didn't solve anything.
Well, it was worth a shot. What's that?
That's my new Blackberry. It's from Rob.
You get email on that thing?
Yeah, great, eh?
Huh.
What, huh?
Nothing. I mean, our degree of connectedness with each other is in inverse proportion to our degree of connectedness with the outside world.
What are you talking about?
I mean, here we are, miles from anywhere, just the two of us, and we spend all our time talking to other people.
This will just take a second. There.
He seems to be calling a lot.
It's in a little over his head. Don't worry, he can swim.
Are you sure he can handle it?
We'll see.
I mean, I don't want to jeopardize the business over...
It's just one deal. It's a great big hairy deal that'll secure our future for the next 5 years, but don't let that... Martha!
You don't love me anymore.
I didn't mean it that way.
It's my business, too. Didn't I support you while you built it up?
Of course.
You could have worked for any architectural firm in the city, but no, you had to have your creative freedom.
Okay.
You had to be the big boss.
You made your
It's
point.
my way or the highway. I don't see why we just don't go home right now and just...
No. I thought we were doing something here. Look, I admit that coming up here wasn't my favorite thing, and Dr. Josephine is not my favorite way to spend an afternoon, but I want to stay.
Me too. But it won't do much good if you lose that contract.
I learned to cook from a wonderful chef in Montreal named Jean-Guy. Jean-Guy is from Arvida, Quebec, Arvida, and he knew how to chef, and he...
They're still making souffle.
Really?
It's supposed to be very difficult. You have to get all the ingredients just right. The timing, the temperature, or poof.
After all that work. Do you want me to go in and clear things up?
Will it make a difference? It's just we've waited so long.
I know.
You never even got a chance to find a golf course.
I will. Next time.
It's just coming out of the oven.
It's beautiful.
I never knew food could look so good.
It's a work of art.
Oh my God, it's falling. This really hardly ever happens. I don't want to dissuade you from trying.
Meet
this
you in the
recipe.
car?
It's a fantastic recipe, but please be very, very.
Sorry, Jerry. Virtual reality always looks better in the brochure. What are you smiling at?
Nothing. Have we got everything?
I think so.
At least we'll beat traffic.
Yeah, with any luck, we'll be home in time for Sex in the City.